A very good evening to everyone present here. It is a great honor to stand before you today as we reach the end of this transformative journey in mediation training. I, Tanushree, from 4th year BBA LLB Honours, on behalf of CMR School of Legal Studies, find it my absolute pleasure to extend a hearty welcome to all our distinguished guests, mediators and participants to the valedictory ceremony of the 40-hour certified course on Mediation and Conciliation organized by the CMR University School of Legal Studies, Center for Alternate Dispute Resolution. In the words of Lao Tzu, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, a profound reminder of the significance of initiating personal growth and exploration. This principle has served as a foundation for a 40-hour course on mediation and conciliation. To begin with the valedictory ceremony, I would now like to invite Dharini from 5th semester LLB to render the invocation song.
Mooladhara Murti Gajamukane Mooladhara Murti Gajamukane Charanamunada Ubaya Charanam Mooladhara Murti Gajamukane Charanamunada Ubaya Charanam Mooladhara Murti Gajamukane Velayuda Guhar Velayuda Guhar Velayuda Guhan Talagamun Tondriya Vimala Umayar Tarumagane Amala Yamayar Munivaturu Vimala Umayar Tarumagane Amala Yamayar Munivaturu Mooladhara Murti Gajamukane Hon'buடன் தும்பையருகம் புல்லையெடுத்தரச்சனை செய்தாலும் போதும் அன்பர் துன்பம் துடைத்து பேரின்பம் தரும் வரத துன்பம் துடைத்து பேரின்பம் தரும் வரத துணை புரி பிரணவகார கணபதியே துணை புரி பிரணவகார கணபதி ஏ மூலாதார மூர்த்தி கஜமுகனே சரணமுனத உபய சரணம் மூலாதார மூர்த்தி கஜமுகனே.
Thank you, Dharini. Your performance was truly mesmerizing. As we gather here today, it is incredible to reflect on how far we've come. When we first walked into the workshop, we were eager to learn, to understand, and to grow. Today, we leave equipped not just with knowledge, but with a new perspective on conflict resolution and the art of mediation. Throughout this training, we've learned how to listen deeply, to empathize authentically, and to facilitate conversations that lead to meaningful resolutions. In today's valedictory ceremony, we are truly honored to have with us today our esteemed chief guest, Honorable Justice Anand Byrareddy, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka. We are extremely honored to have been accompanied by Dr. K.C. Ramamurthy, Chairman of CMR University and CMR Group of Institutions, former Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha. We are extremely grateful to have with us Advocate Susheela Sarathi, Designated Senior Counsel, High Court of Karnataka, Senior Mediator and Master Trainer. We are also accompanied by our esteemed mediators and trainers, Mr. K.L. Srinivas, Advocate and Mediator, Mr. B.V. Krishna, Advocate and Mediator, Ms. Dula Singh, Advocate and Mediator, Ms. Jayashree Sridhar, Advocate and Mediator, Ms. Anita R, Advocate and Mediator, and Ms. Prabha Murthy, Advocate and Mediator. We are also accompanied by our beloved Dean, Professor Dr. T.R. Subramania, and our Director, Professor Dr. V.J. Praneshwaran. Now, I cordially invite our beloved Dean, Professor Dr. T.R. Subramania sir, to render the welcome address.
Good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. In the preceding 5 days, you have been undergoing a training on mediation. Students should be in a position to learn at this stage, because if training is given on a particular subject at this stage, 90% of them who listen carefully will be in a position to absorb like a blotting paper. With this in view, as well as the growing importance of mediation, we decided 4 years ago to give a training to this. Now today it has become a compulsory and mandatory program as part of the LLB course. So this is the 4th year we have been doing. The program is coming to an end in another hour. Today we have with us Sri Anand Byrareddy. Anand Byrareddy, Honorable former Judge, the High Court of Karnataka, hails from a distinguished family. His father, Anand Reddy, happened to be the Advocate General of the state of Karnataka between 1972 and 1980. And he had an illustrious career as the Advocate General of the Karnataka High Court and representing the Karnataka state. Honorable Justice Anand Byrareddy happened to be a product of the Stephens College, Bangalore. Having studied, he enrolled himself in the year 1983 as an advocate. Thereafterwards, he never looked back. Practiced like any other lawyer in the lower court, rose to dizzy heights, appointed as a government advocate, and thereafterwards in the year 2005, he was appointed as the permanent advocate for the High Court of Karnataka. And thereafterwards, served almost for a period of 12 years. And in these 12 years is an illustrious career. He had delivered wonderful judgments. Important judgments have come. At least from this day onwards, you can find out in the AAR about the judgments which are rendered by our Honorable Justice Anand Byrareddy. I just intend to say only this much. He is the one who has disposed of 28,000 cases in a span of 12 years. Sir, we are honored to have you here. The entire assembly is blessed with your presence. I request Honorable Chairman Shri K.C. Ramamurthy to present a bouquet of flowers. Today we have with us Shri Dr. K.C. Ramamurthy, who is the chairman of the CMR group of institutions. He was essentially from the Indian Police Service, an IPS man. Served in different capacities, was the police commissioner, was the registrar, served as the registrar of the Bangalore University for several years, and earned a name by himself as a wonderful administrator. In addition to this, he has built the institution. And this institution, the entire, if you go by the brand name CMR, has over 23,000 students studying at various stages. Maybe in the CMR public school, maybe in the CMR PU college, maybe in the CMR university, maybe in the AKR school. This is an achievement which is being done in a span of 20 years. So here is with us Dr. When we approached him, he said, yes, I want to come. And that is what the spirit behind this. Always he encourages. Wherever possible, he will be with us and encourages not only the students, but even the staff members. Sir, we are grateful to you for accepting the invitation and for being with us. Now we have with us Madam Susheela Sarathi. Madam Susheela Sarathi is known to all of us because she is here and she is a professor of practice in the CMR Law School in the preceding 2 years. Next year again she will be delivering a lecture on the issues relating to drafting. As a trainer, she is giving the best, and which is acknowledged by every student, not only the present students, those students who have passed out from this CMR Law School. And she is a recognized mediator. Madam, I don't wish to elaborate because I have been saying this everything, but still I say. She had, when I was working in the National Law School, Calcutta, we had invited her for a training program. And at that time, there were 2 High Court judges. And they came for the valedictory session. And both of them, when they were asked to speak, they said, we are trained by Madam Susheela Sarathi. And they were senior judges. That itself, my surmises, gives the epitome of the career of Mrs. Susheela Sarathi. Once again, on behalf of the institution, I request Praneshwaran to the director to present the bouquet of flowers. We have with us similarly several trainers, and all of them are competent people. Honorable Judge, when we were just talking in the boardroom, was just making mention, all of them are very good, super class. Now I just intend to express the university's gratitude on behalf of the chairman and the board of directors to all of them. I request Praneshwaran to present a bouquet of flowers to Mr. K.L. Srinivas. Similar to Shri B.V. Krishna. Bilwa Singh. Madam Prabhamurthy. Yes, Susheela. Madam Anita. Once again, I welcome all participants who have taken training and all other members who are present both from the teaching and not teaching faculty. Once again, a good place.
Thank you, sir. Honorable Justice Anand Byrareddy, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka, was a graduate of Arts from St. Joseph's College, Bangalore. His Lordship was enrolled as an advocate in the year 1983 and practiced in the Civil Courts and the High Court of Karnataka at Bangalore. Subsequently, His Lordship was appointed as a government advocate of the High Court of Karnataka in the year 2000 and was functioning as the principal government advocate. His Lordship was elevated as a permanent judge in the Karnataka High Court in the year 2005. In his tenure of 12 years as a judge of the High Court, His Lordship had disposed of over 28,000 cases His Lordship retired in the year 2017 at the age of 62. His Lordship is presently occupied in conducting arbitration cases. He is also a trained mediator and has served as President of Karnataka Mediation Center from October 2016 to April 2017. It is a pleasure to have you with us today, sir. I now cordially invite Honorable Justice Anand Byrareddy to deliver his address to the gathering.
Good evening. Don't worry, I won't make a long speech. I've brought these notes because I'm getting a little old and I tend to forget, so I didn't want to get stuck with something. Mr. President of this ceremony, Dr. Ramurthy, IPS, Chairman, CMR Group of Institutions and CMR University, former Member of Parliament, Sir, Madam Susheela Sarathi, Senior Advocate of the Karnataka High Court, Senior Mediator, Senior Trainer, Mediation and Conciliation Project Committee, Supreme Court of India, and the Master Trainer of the Bangalore Mediation Center. Dr. T.R. Subramania, Dean, Sir, Professor Raneshwaran, Ms. Vidya Salomani, Ms. Sulpa Goyal, Faculty Coordinator, Honorable Members of the Faculty, dear students, and the mediators present here. It's my honor to be present at this ceremony of this large group of mediators who have been trained by Mrs. Susheela. You couldn't have asked for a better trainer. You're lucky. I don't know how many of you are aware, but you are now equipped with the skill and knowledge to launch your careers, a full-time career, independently. And that's a big achievement, let me tell you. Even before you become lawyers, you are now equipped to launch a full-time career as mediators. And that's no cakewalk, mind you. I was, just before my retirement in 2017, I underwent a mediation training program, and I know for a fact that deciding cases was easy as a judge. I never had a problem with any case. I could do it. But as a mediator, it was not so easy. Let me give you some instances. In the training program, one day, I was asked to be a mediator, to be a pretend mediator, as my grandchildren put it, pretend mediator, mock mediator. And another person also was asked to be a mediator. One lady trainee, she was asked to be a person with a problem, and we as mediators were to extract information from her and make her speak to us. So other gentleman started, he did his bit, and then it was my turn. I did my bit. Then the lady was asked as to what her impression was of the two mediators. She pointed at the other gentleman and said, he was very good to me. I mean, I felt very comfortable talking to him, and the manner in which he made me speak, all that I liked very much. But this other person, she pointed at me and said, it was difficult talking to him. It was as if he was trying to find something wrong, fault with me. The way he kept cross-examining me, and it was as if he was conducting an inquisition. I didn't feel comfortable. Now, I was a sitting judge then, mind you. As a sitting judge, I took time off to attend this mediation program. And you must imagine the kind of insult and slap on the face it was to see that somebody is saying, you are no good, to be a mediator. That was my first lesson. I suddenly realized the saying, "You can't teach old dogs new tricks," was true of me, because I couldn't, at 62, it was not possible for me to get out of my mold of which I had set myself into. I couldn't play act or talk softly, bring out information from her. I wasn't able to do it. So maybe I came across as a rough person and difficult to speak to. That was the truth. She was very frank, she was open about it. And I realized that I may not be fit to be a mediator. That is one. Then after my retirement, I did become a mediator, and I did some mediations. In one particular mediation session, it was arranged, another judge who had just retired, he approached me and said, "Look, I want to be a mediator and I want to know how this goes on. So can you permit me to come and observe in the mediation session that you're going to conduct?" I said, "I have no problem, but I'll have to speak to those parties, and if they agree, you can definitely come and sit with us." Then we went to the mediation room. It was a small room, hardly half the size of the stage. Anyway, we could just get in. There were 3 people inside already. There was a couple and an older lady. She was the girl's mother, or the mother-in-law of the man. And then we 2 judges. So I introduced them and said, "This is what it is." So they said, "We have no problem." So we all sat down in a circle. Then conversation started. Suddenly there was heated exchange of words. The girl suddenly gets up and gives tight slaps to this husband of hers. Twice she hits him. And he loses his temper. He was well-built, athletic. He punched her so hard on the jaw that girl fell down. She was knocked out. And the mother, she started screaming, "Ayyo, kondaakbitta ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳನ್ನ. Ayyo, ಅಯೋಗ್ಯ. ಏನು ರೋಗ? ನೀವೇನ ಜಡ್ಜಿಗ ನೀವು?" And then it was a building of 3 floors. It was a building of 3 floors with several rooms, and mediations are going on everywhere. And suddenly it was as if all the people rushed to the small room of ours. I had to open the door and then, forget about what happened next. The point I'm trying to say is that mediations are not tame affairs. They can be very volatile, because you will have parties who have not met each other for years, and they'll be with a lot of pent-up rage, and anything can happen anywhere. So you have to watch out for that and be very careful. And this is how I learned my lesson. And we guys, that is the 2 of us judges, were frozen. We didn't, it was very difficult for us to react, to do anything. That was how it was. So what I'm trying to say is, mediation is no cakewalk. It's a very difficult job, but you have to keep at it. You must go on observing people. You must know how you look, how you speak, the kind of language you use, the words you use, and how you are projecting yourself. You may not be aware. See, unless you watch yourself on a screen somewhere, you will not know your body language, the way you move, the way you sit. All that counts. See, for a person who is relating to you, you must be able to know how you project yourself to that person. So in your mind you carry yourself a picture of yourself in a different way, but actually you are not that, what you think you are. So all this comes over time. It's very important. Maybe I'm sounding a little negative, but this is very necessary for you to be mediators or take it forward as a career. Then I'll tell you. I must tell you that I lost a little interest in mediation from that time. Though I kept doing mediations, my heart was not in it. And one other reason why this happened was, this was in 2017-18. Yeah. Now, we didn't have a law of mediation then. First of all, mediation has come in when the CPC was amended to say Section 89 contained the word mediation. Didn't even say what mediation was. You had to read other books from other jurisdictions to find out what mediation is and how it works. That is how fluid it was. Nobody knew what mediation was. Now you have an act, and it's a nice piece of legislation. You must have a copy of this. If you don't, nowadays most people look at their mobiles to find out whatever information. You do get information, but you must have this book, please, and you must read it from end to end and keep it in mind. Very important. And so this is why I said I need the note. Now I lose my train of thought. I don't know where to go. Now, one other thing was, in mediation, with great difficulty, you bring the parties together. Let us say you bring them together. There is a settlement agreement. Everything is signed, done, finished. But the parties reside from it, or one of the parties does. Now, how do you enforce that? There was no way you could do it. So that's the other reason why I lost interest in mediation. But now it's not so, and you are the lucky ones who are entering the profession at that point of time. And you know that you can put an end to some dispute permanently. No further cases, no further cost, no further worries. Now, if you take litigation, for instance, it goes on for years. You have to go and wait in court. You don't get a chance to speak anywhere. Litigants don't get a chance to speak. But in mediation, straight away they start talking. And it matters a lot to them. And it makes a big difference. In litigation, it's only the lawyers who talk. And they may not say what the client wants to be urged and put forward. And it's only at the time of reading, tendering evidence, maybe, all parroted language, they'll be told what to say or what not to say, and they'll be made to stand there. They never speak freely. That's the only occasion where they speak. But in mediation, it's not so. They are continuously talking, all of it. They bring out the bitterness out of them, which matters a lot. And that's, I think, the magic that works to bring about a settlement. And it's permanent. There's no question of a hierarchy of appeals and endless waiting in courts. For what? You wait in court for hours together. There will be a attender telling you, don't cross your legs, don't read that book, sit like that. Then, after your case reaches, within half a minute it's over. You wait for next month. That's how it goes on. But in mediation, it's not like that. At every session, there is some progress. And that's what matters today. So, all the best to you. And you are going to make a big difference in society. You are going to solve problems of serious problems of people, which no judge or lawyer can do overnight, like you can. So it's a very powerful thing you hold in your hands. Make good use of it. All the best.
Thank you, Your Lordship, for sharing your experience as a mediator with us. Your words were truly inspiring and encouraging. I would now like to invite Advocate Susheela Sarathi, Designated Senior Counsel, High Court of Karnataka, Senior Mediator and Master Trainer, to share her experience of the 40-hour mediation workshop.
Respected and dear all, it's really a great honor to share the dais with Mr. Honorable Justice Anand Byrareddy sir, former Judge of High Court of Karnataka, and a great visionary, Dr. Mr. K.C. Ramurthy sir, Chairman of CMR Group of Institutions and CMR Law University, and our Dean sir and Pranesh. One thing that I would like to tell you all about Mr. Justice Anand Byrareddy sir is this. You are all really blessed. Those of us who have appeared before sir, we all had fallen in love with sir. The way in which he would conduct the court proceedings, that precision, that accuracy, that punch, that wit, and single-liner remarks. And he will unknowingly catch hold of your nose so tightly that you will have to open your mouth. And at times, it's not that he was considered as a relief-oriented judge also. He will extend his open palms to such an extent that he would see, he had that, somewhere that intuition would work within him is what we would say. And he would catch hold of that point and give the appropriate relief to the appropriate persons. Very few people have this caliber. I am not here to, it's not a flattery. At my age nor at sir's age, this is required for us, either of us. That's one thing. And I am also very humbled to see to it that Mr. Chairman sir has come here today. You should see, when you see Mr. Ramurthy sir, I don't know how many of you have known about him. Just when we were sitting in the boardroom, he was telling, he started, how did you start this school? See, right questions lead to right answers is what we say in mediation. Justice Anand Byrareddy sir asked him, how could you do all these things? Then he said, we started in a small shed with 4 children. Today, how many students are there? 23,000. There's difference between money and wealth. And wealth, I may be considered as a wealthy person, but for whom am I using this wealth? Where am I putting all these things? Some persons are sources of inspiration for generations to come. This is where you leave your footmark. If one Mr. Ramurthy can do this, 23,000 people, and now we are 85 here, each one of you should build such institutions. For us, age is not with us. I feel very out of place here because had I seen some visionaries at your age, probably I could have molded myself still more better is what I feel. During the course of mediation, we taught you so many things about negotiation, decision making. Some decisions are like hats, we can change. This hat is not good, throw it away, take red one, take blue one, take white one. Some decisions. Some decisions are like haircuts. Once we cut our hair, we have to wait. At your age, you can wait. At our age, even if you wait also, you won't get it. That's different. I'm speaking of you people. Some decisions are like that. Some decisions are like tattoos. Once you quit, finished. You have to do. But the right investment is made by some people on good tattoos. Mr. Ramurthy sir has done that. That's why we are here. I'm really happy to know that he is still pouring and all his money, energy, whatever it is, all the resources, so that this CMR is growing and it has to grow further also. You have a wonderful team here. Mr. Dean sir, somebody asked me, one of my colleagues here, how intelligent person he is, Mr. Dean sir. I said, he is not you. Mr. Dean sir is an intelligent person. A person is an understatement. He is a man of wisdom, profound wisdom. That's why, in spite of notwithstanding our other commitments, I would never like to miss when Mr. Subramaniam sir says, Madam, we want to have this program. I don't think anybody has got. The other day, I was talking to some other person who was invited here. And he said, when Dr. Subramaniam says you have to come, who has the guts to say no? And can we miss that opportunity? That is the caliber of your dean, Dr. Subramaniam. The team is very strong, Mr. Praneshan, Mr. Srinidhi, Vidya Madam, Sulabha, and I'm really surprised that you have a wonderful team of coordinators. What wonderful management skills they have, amazing strength they have. I would like to say something else here. Please find your intrinsic strengths and then develop on that. Sky is the limit. Grow forward. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your valuable insights with us. We are honored to have with us today Dr. K.C. Ramamurthy sir, Chairman of CMR University and CMR Group of Institutions, former Member of Parliament Rajya Sabha, and former Inspector General of Police. Amongst his many achievements, Dr. K.C. Ramamurthy has held prestigious positions as Additional Commissioner of Traffic and Security for Bangalore, Commissioner for Youth Affairs, and Registrar of Bangalore University. He is renowned for his dynamic leadership and visionary zeal. I now request our beloved Chairman, Dr. K.C. Ramamurthy sir, to kindly deliver the presidential address.
Respected Hon'ble Justice Anand Byrareddy sir, like all of you, I expressed myself that I want to listen to you, madam, to Madam Susheela, a very renowned arbitrator, mediator. She has driven you people to this valedictory with her very distinguished colleagues, Advocate Srinivas, Mrs. Leela, Jayashri, Anita ji. I'm sure all of you are benefited by this program. When Justice Anand Byrareddy sir was speaking, the way he was presenting, the language, the way he was presenting, I wanted, sir, please continue. He has touched upon so many aspects pertaining to arbitration and mediation. Sharing is not only knowledge, but experience. How, as a mock mediator, you had great experience. He was referring to one particular section. I think Madam Susheela will also sometime get it clarified to all of you, that even if you are not getting graduated with the certificate that you will be getting now and enrolling yourself in the mediation center, you might get an opportunity to start mediation now also. So that is what Justice Anand Byrareddy was trying to tell you people, and you're all lucky and fortunate that you're able to attend such value-added programs. There's so many programs, undergraduate programs in law going on everywhere, but that value addition which Professor Subramania and team are giving to our students is very, very critical and very crucial. All these programs, particularly the program in mediation, which for 5 days you people undergone, certainly makes you a better, not advocate, better human being, because you'll be able to understand when you talk about mediation and arbitration, the mediator, I think all of you here, should have a lot of patience. The situations like what he explained now, it can be every time. But you can't lose your patience there. You can't, hey, son, I say, I'll also blow you and all that. It's not possible. Tremendous patience is what all of you need to develop. And I'm sure our learned mediators would have already told you. One of the things that I've attended a few arbitrations personally in my property matters and all that. What I see is that the person who is there sitting as a mediator, as Madam Susheela mentioned about Justice Byrareddy, should be able to understand, go beyond whatever papers that are present, the humanistic side of the whole mediation, that should be very, very seriously understood. And that's what you people should be able to do it now. I'm sure these things have been told, but still I thought I should mention this. Very, very clearly mentioned about the difference between legal practice and mediation. I have seen, even as a police officer, I was a little popular among the other police officers because I used to spend time listening to the issues, listening to the problems and try and solve many of them. Many of the issues which would have gone to courts, which would have taken a lot of time, got settled in the office. Spending time with them, listening to them, trying to put your authority into force and see that they come to an understanding and that is properly delivered, is what made me a very happy man in the career. So not only as an advocate, any person who is having the governmental responsibility should always try and look at the whole thing with a human angle and try to apply themselves to that situation and try to give whatever possible relief and solution, so that the parties will not, particularly by family issues. There's so many problems now. I think 90% of the families will have one issue or the other. So the role of the mediator will be very, very critical and very important. I'm sure the training that has been given to you by Madam Susheela and team will take you a long way, and I'm sure you'll be able to resolve, able to help thousands of people in the days to come. And one point I just wanted to mention, a couple of times she mentioned about the age. No, our age is not there. You're all still young and all that. Madam, you're the most active among all of us here. I'm sure your energy, your involvement, your commitment is an example for all the youngsters. I'm sure they will definitely take your guidance and the training given very seriously. I would like to congratulate and thank my respected Dean and the entire faculty. They are equally involved. They are very, very committed. That's what I was telling when Susheela was mentioning, sir, they must do that, they must do this and all this. Whatever Subramaniam sir suggests, I have never said no and I will not say no. In the interest of students, whatever value additions that can be given, whatever good things can be done to enrich, when they go out of CMR, they should feel proud. And you go and enroll yourself a senior judicial firm. They should also feel, oh, this person who has come is all knowledgeable, educated, he applies his mind, he is hardworking, committed. All these things should be carried with you. I wish all of you all the best. May God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Now I kindly request Mr. K.L. Srinivas, Advocate and Mediator, to share his experience with us.
Respected former judge, Sri Anand Byrareddy, High Court of Karnataka, respected Chairman of the CMR Group of Institutions, Sri K.C. Ramurthy, respected Director of CMR School of Legal Studies, Dr. Subramaniam, respected Registrar, Dr. Praneshwaran, respected Madam, Senior Advocate and Senior Mediator Master Trainer, Srimati Susheela Sarathi, and my colleague mediators, and my dear students. It is an immense pleasure for me to come for this 40-hour training program, and during the training program I found all of you very talented and involving and learning the concepts taught to you, whether it is theoretical or practical, and the role plays you were involved so much and getting into the roles and learning the concepts so intensely. And last time when I came, most of the problems given to you, like you studied very well, involved and found out the solutions, and our master trainer Susheela Madam complimented you all that Bangalore Mediation Center's work should be outsourced to CMR School of Legal Studies, and here all the law students are already very talented and they can be very good mediators. So I am very happy to be here, and I am not new to CMR Law College. Earlier I used to come as judge for moot court competitions and all, and when I was advocate for Bangalore University, I used to meet our registrar. Probably you might have forgotten me, but I have met him many a times, and he is a kind of inspiration for me. And always I read Justice Anand Byrareddy's judgments. I have appeared before him in many cases, and I was impressed by his legal acumen and how he used to suggest the lawyers in the open court hall, and immediately found out some solution for the complicated cases which are put before him. So I am so happy among all the scholarly people and bright students like you. Wish you all the best. God bless you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Now I kindly request Ms. Beulah Singh, Advocate and Mediator, to share her valuable insights.
Good evening, and to all the respected dignitaries on the stage and all my dear friends. These 5 days, I've been there all the 5 days. It's been a wonderful experience imparting this training to all of you all, because you were very responsive. You indulged in you put your heart and soul in the role plays and went into the skin of matters, and you did your very best. So without taking much time, I wish you all the very best. It was wonderful doing this with you all, and I enjoyed every bit of it. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I kindly request Ms. Jayashree Sridhar, Advocate and Mediator, to share her experience.
Very good evening to dignitaries and us, all the students here, Vidyamani ma'am, and all the coordinators. I'll not take much of your time. I know you're all eager to collect your certificates, but let me just say one word. Congratulations, hearty congratulations to each one of you. You all did your best. You all did your best. I'm not only happy, I'm proud of you all, and God bless. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I call upon Ms. Anita R., Advocate and Mediator, to share her insights.
Good evening to all the dignitaries on the dais and dear students, Vidyamani ma'am. And it is a great privilege to see a former judge, Shri Anand Byrareddy, because I was the government pleader in his court, and memories keep coming. He is so instant, like Susheela ma'am was explaining, right time. There was a case where it was like the husband was beating the wife. Immediately sir took the file and said, his name is Kutappa. So he asked, that's the reason. Just can't forget each and everything. And even when there was, the youngsters used to come before him. He used to say, Mister, you don't have a case. Anyways, collect your fees and I will dismiss your case later. So that is how he used to encourage the students there. And I thoroughly, the advocates, the junior advocates. And it's a privilege for me to see the visionary of CMR College, Sir Ramurthy. So we have only heard of him. So it is such a privilege to have seen him today, to have met him. And Sir Subramani sir, always so much full of knowledge, such a simple human being I have met ever. And Praneshwar sir, thank you so much. You were there always to help us. And Susheela ma'am for training us, master trainer. She's been training us, she's more a guru to us. And we look upon to ma'am. And I thank each one of you and wish you all the best in all your future endeavors.
Thank you to all the mediators for guiding us throughout the workshop. We promise to keep your valuable teachings with us throughout our careers. I would now like to invite a few student representatives to share their valuable insights. Firstly, I call upon Nikhilesh from BA LLB Honours.
Respected dignitaries and my fellow mates, good evening everyone. The session was really great, and Susheela Sarathi ma'am really guided us with her how we learn the learnings and adult learnings and what a mediator and should and shouldn't be and all. And also I am very thankful to Advocate Sri Krishna sir, who played such a role for us, and we learned so many things from his roles and all, what is private session and joint session. And also other advocates, Anita ma'am, Beulah ma'am and Jayashree ma'am and Prabha ma'am, who is not here. Ma'am, so much thanks from our class side. The things which you give us are really great, and kindly we are on more sessions from you so we can grow up in our future life and all. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikhilesh. I call upon KV Srija from BBA LLB Honours to share her experience.
Good evening to the esteemed guests and my fellow classmates. I'm KV Srija from BBA LLB Honours, and I'm honoured to give my feedback as a representative of BBA class. From the very first day, we were immersed in the significance of alternate dispute resolution, recognizing how vital it is in today's legal landscape. The trainers, our beloved trainers, ensure that we not only understood the theoretical aspect of what is the foundations of mediation, arbitration and negotiation, but also gained insights into how we use it in a practical manner. The role play sessions were also pretty much eye-opener, because the generic idea of mediation is that it is a piece of cake. But when we had this role play and I was in the shoes of a mediator, I realized how difficult it is to mediate and ensure that the parties are communicating among each other. Because from crafting the perfect opening statement to maintaining an unbiased stance, the process requires immense self-control and deep understanding of human dynamics. Matter of fact, I have also introduced mediation to my family members, who were pretty much impressed by how the legal field has evolved, because the older generations have always had the fear that we have to run inside and outside of the court, a lot of time is involved, expenses also. But then the mediation has created a new opportunity, a new method where something that can be like the disputes can be solved in an easier manner, but where they come together and they have to sort out by themselves, whether communication is taking place among the parties itself without any legal expenses or much of worries. So I would like to extend my gratitude to the trainers, especially because during the role plays they had all come forward to give us personal attention, which actually enhanced our skills even more, especially with the communication skills, how to deal with troublesome, clients were always adamant in nature, and they also taught the thing that mediation is not about winning or losing, it's all about whether you were able to create a communication or facilitating the parties to communicate with each other. And this is what I really wanted to thank the trainers, because every time I had a doubt, I had to approach one of the trainers to ask me, and they didn't hesitate to help me at all. So I extend my heartfelt thanks to each and everyone.
Thank you, Susheela. Now I call upon Aditya from BCom.
Very good evening to all. I'm Aditya from 4th year BCom LB Honors, and I'm happy to share my reflections regarding the 5-day training program on behalf of my class. The program has provided us with both theoretical as well as practical knowledge and was a perfect blend of both. From learning, unlearning to bargaining to negotiation, all the sessions were very interesting and helped us in developing and sharpening our skills. As a trainers comes with an experience of 30 plus years, they use various real life case studies to make us understand the process of mediation and the challenges faced by the mediator. When it comes to the role plays, we could understand the role of mediators from different perspectives, as we are allotted both plaintiffs and as defendants, and we could understand where the mediators were going wrong, and we could learn from all of it. Throughout the training sessions, the trainers were very approachable and very interactive in nature, that it was easy for us to ask our doubts to them. And we learned to be more mindful while talking as well as listening, not just listening to the words but also observing the body language and micro expressions. And how the mediator should exhibit certain gestures to make sure two disputing parties, when they are put together in one room, they get to be in a situation where they could communicate freely. Then also I personally felt that these skills is not only helpful for a mediator but also helps in keeping ourselves calm and open to gathering information. It will also help us as a lawyer. Then and the most amazing reason I found to choose mediation over litigation is that even though the parties would not come into an amicable agreement at the end of the 90 days, still they will be in a better position of communicating with each other and to be able to understand the other party in a better way, which will aid them in even further litigation. Thank you.
Thank you, Aditya. As we move on, I now call upon Joshika and Kanika to read out the names of the participants for the distribution of certificates.
Before this ceremony starts, there's one minor thing I want to mention, and you're about more than 100 advocates to be present here. So if I say something, maybe it will stick there. Now I found there's a mistake being made here. More than once I heard somebody refer to Madam Susheela as senior counsel. Of course she's senior counsel. She must have put in several decades of practice. Every lawyer with grey hair is a senior counsel. But that's not what it's meant. A senior advocate, both S and A capitals, is a designation conferred on an advocate by a full court of the High Court, several High Courts in India, or the Supreme Court. There are advocates practicing only at the Supreme Court. They are also recognized as senior advocates. Now, once they are recognized as senior advocates, they come with certain privileges. they don't file wakalat for the parties. They always appear for a counsel. So nobody can prosecute them for whatever. You can't proceed against a senior advocate. He doesn't file wakalat. And the gown he wears is different. You will find a tag or a pocket actually behind the ordinary gown that the lawyer wears. And that gown is supposed to hold that pocket. Traditionally, in England, the lawyers never received money. And the client, if he was satisfied with the lawyer's performance, he would go and put some shillings in that pocket. And that's what that pocket is. Many of us lawyers don't even know what that is. It looks like a ribbon. It's not a ribbon. It's a pocket actually. But a senior counsel's gown will not have that. He'll have a different kind of flap at the back. That's another thing. So referring to Madam Susheela as senior counsel is not correct. She's a senior advocate, mind you. And remember that. Don't make the same mistake.
Gratitude is the fairest blossom that springs from the soul. Every celebration is an experience. The external fades away and the internal lingers and echoes in the deepest of our hearts. On this note, I would now like to invite our director, Professor Dr. V.J. Praneshwaran sir, to propose the vote of thanks.
Dignitaries on the dais, master trainers are my dear students. It gives me immense pleasure to be proposing the vote of thanks. Because every time, I still remember the first time we did this 40-hour program and how we could put it out. Now it has become a habit. Thanks to Susheela Madam and Vidya Sarvamani. On that note, we are extremely grateful to Honorable Mr. Justice Anand Byrareddy for having spared his time and been with us. Thank you very much, Your Lordship. I request our chairman to kindly hand over the meeting. Thank you, Your Lordship. Thank you, sir. We are also extremely grateful to Advocate Susheela Sarathi Madam, Senior Advocate, Senior Mediator and Senior Trainer, MCPC Supreme Court of India and Master Trainer BMC. Thank you very much, Madam. I kindly request our Chairman sir to kindly hand over the answer. Thank you, madam. We are also thankful to Shri K. L. Srinivas, Advocate. I request the Chairman sir to kindly hand over a memento. We are also thankful to Srimati Byrareddy, Advocate. We are also thankful to Srimati Jayashree Sridhar, Advocate and Master Trainer. A big thank you to Srimati Anita R. Thank you all trainers. Thank you, sir. We are also grateful to Sri B.V. Krishna and Srimati Prabha Murthy in absentia for their contribution. We are also grateful to our beloved chairman, Sri K.C. Ramamurthy, who's always been encouraging, both Dean sir was saying, and whatever endeavors we have put forth to Chairman sir, it has always been approved, keeping in mind the welfare. And today's world, it is not enough if you have your LLB certificate. In our days, if we had a certificate, if we had an LLB pass, that's enough. That slowly graduated to you should have a first class. Now it is not just a first class, because what additional training do you have, what additional certifications that you have, the skills that you possess, that counts, that makes you saleable and place you in firms and companies and advocates. So this is one such endeavor. And all these endeavors, we are very grateful that our management, led by our beloved chairman sir, is always encouraging us. Thank you very much, sir. We are also grateful to our beloved Dean sir for having organized and keep on organizing more such certification programs. Thank you very much, sir. We are also thankful to the coordinators, Advocate Vidya Selvamani and Thank you very much. And the student coordinators, that's what Susheela madam was referring to, the coordination entirely, the entire 5-day program under the guidance of Advocate Vidya Selvamani and Sulbha Goyal. They have been carrying out all the back-end working and organizing. Thank you very much, dear students. It makes my work that much easier. And a big thank you to my dear students. You have taken, of course we have made it mandatory, you didn't have a choice. But nevertheless, it is very important that you have. No. We'll see that. Okay. Maybe we'll go for a mediation. And we are also thankful to the support staff and the ground staff for supporting us on holidays, both Sundays and Saturdays, for Sunday and team for helping us, and all the staff and teaching and non-teaching for making this 40-year mediation training program a grand success. Thank you very much.